5 hours.
300 minutes.
6 hours? I think it was almost
Hey, it's
6.
us.
Oh, hey, it's us.
If you guys could tap the live a little bit. We tried, Lotus. We tried.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to say something here. And we've said this before. We never wanted to start anything. We were a group of people that got together and watched lives and talked shit. We're not on any moral grandstand. But people have decided to put us on this unattainable pedestal that we didn't ask for. We do our very fucking best. I know I do. I know these guys do. We do our best.
We try. I'm just going to warn anybody I see on fake 00 accounts are going to get blocked out just because sitting in a Discord listening to us is not what I'm about. You can come in on your real accounts.
And my take on it, to piggyback off of what Cez was saying, is this. We, as people up in a panel, we have responsibilities for what is said sometimes off of this platform. And what I mean by that is we don't know what's going to come out of anyone's mouth, right? I think we can all agree on that. When something does come out, then we will mitigate and handle the situation to the best of our ability. We handled that particular situation immediately and fast. And I'm only going to speak for me here. I personally, everybody in chat, everybody here in the panel, like, I don't care what you believe in. I just don't. And I don't mean that rudely. I don't care what your religious affiliation.
We know, Mullet.
Or your political affiliation is, or where you live. And so I just want to let you know, like, you say what you need to say, okay? But I don't want to be responsible for critiquing and managing an overall sense of a platform, okay?
And I'm going to address it. I am going to address the hate train that started with Blue. And I don't care. I'm going to touch on it. I'm not going to show anything, but I'm going to touch on how that hate train started. And because they brought it up today in that bullying live, so I'm going to touch on it. Okay. So, and like I said, forgive me because my blossoming isn't blossoming at this minute, and I'm trying to really get back to that blossom, but it's difficult when you have to deal with individuals that just hate for no reason when there's enough hate in this world, right? And a lot of it is jealousy. A lot of it's just anger. A lot of it is people's ego and people following the lead, okay? So what I will say, before we touch on the Jessica stuff and the video stuff last night, I was just waiting for like people to get in because I know people are gonna be like, wait, what are you talking about? And I hate having to repeat it, and I'm trying to kumbaya here while I do it. Hey, Shopper, Denise, we'll go with Denise.
It's Super Shooter.
Anyone that's in here knows that Blue is a part of the panel, okay? And I'm going to tell you guys how it started. Again, I'll be completely honest with everything on how this started. So, for one, I'm going to point out that just because this is going to be a part of the story, that I don't care what people think when it comes to this fact. But for me, I don't judge people off their political views whatsoever. I judge people off how they treat me, and I judge people off if they hurt other people, okay? So I just want to point that out there. And if that makes me a bad person, then it makes me a bad person. But I will also say that what is going on in the world is not okay right now as well. And I don't agree with any of that. But that's going to lead into this. So a week ago, if anyone can, hang on, who's in the box? Sorry, we don't let anyone up in the box. Trust me, it's not the time. So what I will say is, like a week ago or maybe 2 weeks ago, I don't know when it happened, there was arguments in the comments between Wilted and this girl named Mama of Four and Kay, who is Nick is really a wreck. So there was arguments in the comments because this girl that's mama of four said that she voted for Trump. Now, we do not let political talk happen in here because it spikes a lot of anger, which is very well obvious between a lot of people, and we're not a political live, right? It's not a political live. So we usually don't let those comments happen. But because that girl put, I voted for Trump in the comments, then it became, where Wilted and the K girl were back and forth with this mom of four about her voting for Trump. So we were streaming Dizzy at the time, and we ended up, because I looked down, all I see was Kay said, where's the moderators to block her? I just ended up blocking the mom of four girl because I assumed it must have been something that she had done.
Well,
when I did
blocked,
that,
she was muted. She was
muted.
not
Sorry,
blocked.
muted. When I did that, Blue had said, wait a minute, why did you block her? He just said that because he's new to moderating, and it showed him that somebody got muted, not blocked, muted, that somebody got muted. So he asked, why did someone get muted? And I said, I don't know. Someone just asked for it in the comments. So because I have a lot of respect for Kay, for Nick is really a wreck, had a lot of respect for Nick is really a wreck and stuff. I definitely did. When all of this fell out, I still showed her page that people should go there and still supported her because I wasn't going to bring this to the live. So because Blue had questioned why a girl in the comments got blocked, it became they have a Discord, right? That's about like hating on Nick Harris. Fair enough, right? We all feel that. Came a thing where Kay went into that Discord, Nick is really a wreck, and demanded that Blue be demodded immediately and that he would be thrown off the panel because she thought he was a Trump supporter and apparently was bringing in the Trumpies. So when I got out, it was messaged that, sure, like Teapot, where are you on this in that Discord? But here's what people have to understand. For one, I have a personal relationship with Blue off of this app. I talk to Blue every single day. I share, all of us, me, Cez, and Britt have a personal relationship that they are aware of, but I thought maybe they're not really aware of it. So I had said to them, whoa, like what's going on? And they had expressed their hatred about Blue. So I just left it. I said, listen, we need time to like really think about this. I don't know what's going on. And I've never heard Blue do or say anything that would make me say, I'm done with them, right? They're like, Blue's a friend of mine. If I'm going to get rid of somebody, I have to have a reason. And it can't just be because he called out the fact that somebody got muted, okay? And like I said, I don't base my opinions of people off of who they voted for. Even that mom of four, I wouldn't get rid of her because she said she voted for Trump. And that might be a shitty thing for me to do, but I just don't. I think everybody is your own individual. And I base my opinions of you off how I treat you and how you treat me. Has nothing
Can I
to
just say something? And I don't know if you've already said this. I think you'll have to remember, T is from Canada and I'm from Australia. And I have said it before, I am in no way inclined political. So I'm sorry that I'm not as educated as all these people, and I'm not, my whole life doesn't revolve around politics, but it doesn't. And I'm not aware of American politics. I live across the other side of the world.
Yes. And same with me. And that's what I want. But even here, I'm the same way that in Canada, if you told me, if I had a friend that said I voted for Trudeau, I wouldn't stop being their friend because of that, because I'm not a piece of shit. I'm not going to get rid of somebody because of their political views. And that's just how I am. And everybody's different with that. Some people stand hard on it, right? And I get that the whole everything going, oh, hang on, where's that account? That fucker, I missed it. Hang on.
Oh.
While she's looking, I just want to say something just to fill the gap here. I have never, ever, ever discussed any of my political affiliations with anybody on this app. Not once. I've never aligned myself with the Democratic Party, nor have I ever aligned myself with the Republican Party or independents. So I just want everyone to understand that, like, there wasn't a trail of me supporting a political affiliation here, okay?
And
when
okay,
I did see that person get blocked, I asked outright what happened. That's what happened.
Yes, and Chloe, that's fine. Like I said, to each his own when it comes to politics. And I am not American. Maybe if I was American, I would have a different stance on that. I was no longer going to be your friend because you voted for somebody. But I don't throw away people because of their beliefs if it's not harming me. Like, I get that people, it's just not who I am. Trump is he's done some shitty fucking things. I agree. And I get that the trans community especially is being fucking hammered and they're being looked at like they're not individuals anymore, which is the saddest shit ever. But I'm just saying that when I have a friendship with somebody, whether they're fucking anybody at all, no matter who they voted for, I can't just throw them away because of their political views. I just can't. If they were someone screaming about like anti-trans stuff or anything like that, absolutely. But I'm not going to it's not a question that I ask people when I'm friends with them is who did you vote for? It's not something I ask. Like I said, I base my friendships off of how you treat me and off of the character that I see you as. Like, if I see that they are hating on people of color or trans people, or if they're harmful to children or abusive in any way, then absolutely you won't be my friend. But one thing I don't ask is who did you vote for to base my friendship off of that. So besides that, Blue has never sat up here and said I'm a Trump voter, ever. But because he said, why did that person get muted in the comments? There we go. That's the account I was looking for.
Oh.
That Loki one last night. So this is my thing. That Loki account last night was sucking up to me and says the other day and then going hard for us last night like they haven't been sucking up to us the whole time. Anyways. So that's why because I know right now people are saying, T, why did you block people? Because I can. And I'm sorry. I like right now I'm probably going to hurt people's feelings and I'm probably sounding like a bitch. But who I block and who I mute, no joke, is my fucking decision. It's my decision. Just like any of you right now can leave and any of you right now can block individuals that you just don't like their picture. Go ahead, because that's your decision. To be questioned yesterday on why I blocked somebody, I'm not going to give you details because you know what? It has nothing to do with everybody. It's up to you. And listen, we know that going live, you're going to be scrutinized for absolutely everything you say and you do. And this Annie one too? Fuck. Where's that fucking one? I swear to God. So hang on. I'm trying to blossom. Yes.
I want to touch on the blocking thing again because exactly what T said, and I back her up 100%. I agree with her here. If you guys want to block us, we're not going to then hold a live and be like, oh my God, this person blocked us. You guys get to have the choice. This is the wonderful thing about social media. You can choose to block out people that you don't feel safe around, don't like what they have to say, don't align with them, block them, don't see them anymore. But also if someone unfollows me and then I choose to go and block them, it's not because I have any hatred. You've chosen to unfollow me. So then I've gone and blocked you. So how do you know that you've unfollowed me? So you wanted to continue to still watch. You can't, and I get to choose who I block. Just like you guys get to choose to block us.
Yes. So wait, and I'm getting on, and I got guys, I have ADHD, so please bear with me. My brain is everywhere, and we've just dealt with a lot of bullshit in the past few hours. If you guys could just keep an eye on that door down there, and I swear to God, anybody that's been fucking running their mouth today, especially in that bully's brain dead, and you're out. Anyways, the door. Okay, Blue, you see at the bottom it says people coming in?
Yeah.
Watch, you'll see. So
that's the door? They call that the door?
That's the door. That's the door, right? So you click on those. If they're 00 or you've seen them running their bullshit mouth, go ahead and block them out. Anyways, here we go. So back to what happened. So Blue called out somebody for being blocked in a live last week, and he said, why did that
2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, okay? I'm not good with dates, but about 2 weeks ago. And you guys previously know Wilted was up here having a good time with Blue all the time. I respect these fucking women because they're intelligent women and they're smart. And I fucking will still say that, even though I don't agree with what's going on, I will still say that I respect these fucking women. But what I will say is when Kay didn't like that Blue asked why somebody was muted, that meant that he's a Trump supporter. That's what I don't like. And I didn't like seeing in the Discord that she demanded that Blue be demodded and off the panel immediately. Now, hardly anyone agreed with her at first. And I even wrote a thing in there saying, guys, I need time to really think about what's going on. I'm not fully understanding what's going on. Nick is really a wreck. I said, I'm not really understanding what is going on at all. And I'm just needing to figure out, I need to talk to Blue, and that Blue is a personal friend of mine, and I'm not just going to get rid of somebody. I need to see what's going on. Fast forward to we get in a chat because Kay stood back, right? So Kay leads this fucking thing that if you don't agree in there, then you're shit-hauled in there. Or Kay throws, and this is it, Kay throws the fucking toy out the pram because she's not getting her own way. And this is Nick is really a wreck. And I never thought I would get to a day where I was going to talk shit because I was never going to bring this to a live until it already got brought up. This was not something, yes, she is also the Hidden News Network, who I fucking respect. So this kills me because shit, do I love her stuff. Still do. But I don't agree with how a hate train started on Blue because of this. So then I get messages from, we get in a chat with Wilted, me, Says, and Britt. And now Says stays quiet. Says like, you know, that
I was at work. Can I just remind you all, different fucking time zones. It's a fucking weekday. I'm at work. I couldn't reply. I have a job I got to do. I can't.
So, I want to clarify, during these messages, I heard Wilted out, right? So Wilted was speaking apparently on behalf of a ton of people, which are about 6 people in a thing that they have together. Wilted was speaking on behalf of these people. Oh, and Jilly. Somehow, Jilly's also their bestie. I didn't even know Jilly was with them at all because it's not someone that I would think is like them whatsoever from just my experience. Anyways, Wilted now is in this chat speaking to me on behalf of Kay and them, who now are following Kay because Kay just was going off, and if you don't follow her, then oh shit. So anyways, the messages that I was getting sent from Wilted, and I do have all of these fucking messages, say things like, Blue is an emotionally violent person, okay? These are her direct things, that he's an emotionally violent person, that he is unsafe, that he's mentally unstable, that he needs to take time away from the app to focus on his own mental health. It continues to go on and on and on, shitting all over Blue and how we need to get rid of him. She then says, when we tell her that we need to have a call with Blue and talk things out because it's not fair that we're all having these conversations behind his back, she says that she needs to be on that call so she doesn't misinterpret anything that we are saying to Blue, okay? So we tell her, no, we have personal calls. You're not going to be on that call, but you can talk to him after, or you can reach out for him. So Blue didn't vote for Trump. Chloe, you're not getting what we're saying.
Just say that. Here, hold on a minute.
And it
Tim.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I know assholes that are Biden supporters. I know assholes that are Trump supporters. I know wonderful human beings that support the Democrats. I know wonderful people that support Trump. Let me just be really, really clear, just because it's like the same goddamn thing last night where I wasn't involved. I didn't even vote for Trump. I'm not saying I voted for Biden, but I'm telling you right now, I didn't even vote for Trump. Okay? There you have it.
So, and this is
God damn it. Like,
irrelevant.
why?
I'm sorry,
why,
guys. This live is not political, so please stop bringing politics into it. It's actually ridiculous.
It's so small-minded, Chloe, for you to lump me in and pigeonhole me in a very concise way of you need to judge me because of a political affiliation. That's where you're at in life. You've been so manipulated and tricked that you have now delegated human beings either into box 1 or box 2. And guess what? If you support box 1 and any other human that's in box 2 is the enemy, you know what that makes you? That makes you easily controlled. Because at any time, damn it.
Sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's so asinine.
Chloe's gone now because that's how much I'm not fucking doing it today, Chloe. That's how much I'm not giving a fuck today, okay? Blossoming is officially over. So listen. So after we get these fucking messages, after we get these messages that are about Blue being emotionally violent, Blue being unsafe towards women. These are what these messages say. And I give her full permission to show those fucking messages the next time they want to do a live. And please include all of her fucking responses that are out of this fucking world. So that he is unsafe to women, unsafe up in the panel, that he shouldn't be upset by getting demodded or anything like that. That is what we were being told. And she used the words, Blue's emotionally violent, okay? So I disagree, and I'm going to tell you, I do not feel that Blue is violent in any way. I know this man off of here, and I will never stand by the fact that he is violent, harmful, unsafe, or anything like that towards anybody or women. And I don't think, and her other thing was that he brings in the Trumpies into all of the chat. I don't care who's in here because, like I said, I don't base my fucking opinion off anybody just because of who you voted for. I don't, and I'm not. I find that shitty of people to do. Blue's never treated me or anybody I know unkind or disrespectful in any way that I would find that he is harmful to this panel and shouldn't be here. So we talk to Blue. We come back, let them know, sorry, to rewind as well, she also said, let her know when we're done talking to Blue so she can talk to him about being depaneled, okay? No, we don't need you to talk to Blue about being depaneled. So we come back, I tell her we've talked to Blue, and we're going to have to agree to disagree, but we're not removing Blue from the panel, and he's not being demodded, but there's no hard feelings, and I even said that I still respect those women highly, and Wilted is a very intelligent person. Kay, 100% a very intelligent person, but we can all agree to disagree, and that I'm not going to have somebody tell me what to do with my live. I'm not going to have someone tell me what to do. Sorry, I'm not going to be controlled by any woman, by any man. I'm going to do what I think is fair and what I think is safe. That's what I'm going to do. Unless people in the comments say, listen, Blue, and they all say that Blue is making them feel some sort of way, or I hear with my ears that this man is unsafe and hurting people, then I'm not going to do it. And it was
Can I just say something? Because I know there's a lot of confusion in the comments. This is exactly why we've never fucking said all this stuff. Because for you guys, this is confusing. This is shit that was happening in the background. So it's not that we were hiding from it. It's just, it doesn't make sense to anyone to bring it to the platform. So that's why we hadn't spoken on it. But people are like top of the bone and they won't fucking let things go. And the only answer is that we no longer go live. And I'm sorry to break your all hearts. We're going to continue to go live. So if you don't like it, don't watch us. That's fine.
And here's what I want to preference too. And trust me, I would not put anything out of my mouth if I didn't have the receipts. And I want everybody listening, because I know you guys fucking are every day still talking in your fucking little Discord. Here's what I want to say to you. We weren't going to bring up anything. But you also had Jilly, who is still talking shit in there, and I've seen these messages. But while Jilly was also behind convincing that Blue was an unsafe person, she also messaged me after all this to tell me that she has my back and blah, 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 and that she's sorry all this had happened. Meanwhile, she's with Wilted trying to get us to do what we need to do because Kay said so. Nick is really a wreck. Okay? So then people that we do not hate at all, people that we have nothing against at all, they started a hate train because Kay was flipping out. Even if you were seen anywhere in here, Kay was flipping out that you couldn't be anywhere near here. And so they started a hate train on Blue from there on out because they managed to convince people that can't think for themselves that Blue was a dangerous man, unsafe to women, emotionally violent, and that he was going to bring down our panel because of it. The dictatorship that went on in there is fucking nuts. It is disgusting, and the women should be ashamed of themselves for backing someone that you didn't agree with at all, but you felt the need to fucking do so when nobody had a problem with you. We also said we weren't going to bring this out here. That's why we never did. And I still say, go look at her YouTube pages. She has great YouTube pages. I still say that. Then I find out that they are messaging people that were in the chat, okay, including Maverick, things that were going on about Blue to get the hate train even further, to convince random people that Blue was dangerous. That's what they were doing on the side, because we said we wouldn't depanel Blue and did not agree that he was a dangerous person or anyone should be unsafe around him, because we didn't agree. That was it. They were messaging people, and I have a list because those people screenshotted me their fucking chats to tell people about how dangerous Blue was and how then it got switched to how bad our panel was and all this shit not to be over there and whatever. It was fucking nuts. So we still ignored it. Still didn't bring it to the fucking platform. Still didn't message anybody. We dropped it. We're like, we're not even talking shit because it doesn't matter. Think what you want. So we dropped it after all these, and trust me, if I need to, I'll pull up the fucking messages, because anybody with a brain will read the messages from Wilted and say, what the fuck is she talking about when it comes to what she was saying about Blue? Does Blue annoy me sometimes? Fuck yeah. Do I annoy Blue? Fuck yeah. But it's like when you're younger and your friend sleeps over too many days in a row, you're like, when's that bitch going home? And that's why we get annoyed with each other. That's it. But it's not that he's dangerous. It's not that everyone gets annoyed with each other. We're fine with it. We're fine.
And it's not that we're being emotionally manipulated by him. We are adults. We are fucking grown women. I am very happily friends with Blue. I choose to be friends with Blue.
So
He's
then,
already said it. We have a relationship. We talk daily, guys. As much as we love you all, I don't know you guys. I don't know you guys, okay? I don't know you guys in the chat. I do know the three other panel members well.
and that's the thing. Nobody's safe, Tatiana. Nobody's safe on the internet. This is the internet, guys. And the beauty of the internet is when you don't like somebody, you don't need to start hate trains if they actually haven't done anything. If you're just personally affected by what somebody, the sound of their voice, even if that irritates you, if you just don't like that, you think they think a certain way, you don't have to watch. You can just go find something else to watch, something else to do. You don't need to start a hate train on people. There's enough hate in this world right now that you don't need to start hate trains when you could focus on something else, real shit that's going on. Fight the good fight. Fight what you stand for, but don't fucking hate people because you just don't agree with a couple comments that they made. And when I asked, let me tell you, I said specifically, can you point out what Blue has said or done specifically that would make him unsafe, emotionally violent, dangerous, anything like that? Because I'm not understanding what you're trying to say. And I said that to her. She couldn't. Then she said, we're going to have a call with other people. So a couple other members of the Discord that were afraid to stand up against Kay, they were going to have a call with other people, her and Jilly were, because they wanted to, the other people were going to have their say on how he's unsafe towards women. Okay, so that was a call they were waiting to happen. So they couldn't point out anything yet because they needed that call to happen. Anyways, we dropped it. Okay, we told them we're not getting rid of Blue.
T, can you check your messages quickly?
Listen, I'd be quite frank with you. I don't care who was involved with that, right? Like it's not my business how people feel about me. But I will say, like, I don't want, hurt's the wrong word, but yeah, you know what? It is kind of the right word. And so it hurt me, and it was shocking to think that Wilted felt that way about me. You know, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed my conversations with her. She's a brilliant woman and has wonderful insight, and God, she knows a lot of animal facts. And as you all know, that's definitely the way to my heart. And to hear things like I'm emotionally violent or I'm dangerous around women, like that sucks to hear. Do you know? That it's a shitty thing to hear. Okay. And then you have to look and think to yourself, well, like, what kind of human are you, right? And I'm 100% not that kind of man. Like, I'm not emotionally violent. I'm not dangerous to women. And it's just, it doesn't feel good when you do have some sort of relationship in whatever capacity, even if it's on the TikTok and people say that about you, you know, and it's just, but I also think it's important to understand that if you take one thing away from this experience is energetically, don't dilute your own energy and go after a particular person on a panel that you don't like. Like, put that energy into a cause, put that energy into finding an organization that's running around unlicensed and doing horrific things in the back seat, and put your energy there maybe. But to individually come at and then trying to attract other people with a rhetoric that people that were involved in that, some of them, I've talked to them late night on panels, and they really were emotionally unwell.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, you guys know me, right? You've got, God knows you heard me talk enough, everyone. We know that. That's case number one. If you go through like how I roll on this platform is the only people I'll talk shit on is Graceland, the affiliated people associated with Graceland, and Summer. And the reason why I go and they say things about Summer, not all the time, and I don't come at her consistently and troll her, but I won't say anything nice about her because I had to see what happened to Cez, to Britt, and to T. And what happened with those girls was horrible. Say what you want. I don't care if it's a side thing. I know what happened. And I can't stand for that. And I won't stand for that. But you're not going to see me going from room to room to room to picking out anybody in the chat, anybody here or there. I will talk a little shit on Bryce. That's because he protects P3s, but that's a side note. But with all that being said, like, that's it, man. And I get it. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. No one wants to talk for 16 hours about dogs. I will, but that's just how I roll, man.
I'm getting to
Like,
that. I'm getting
all right.
there.
Are you
So
back, T?
besides the messages, yes, besides the messages that were sent by Wilted and Jilly to people in our chat, and besides the messages that were sent to me by Wilted and that were sent to me by Jilly, this is what I'm fucking talking about, okay? So that's what I'm gonna fucking say is they can show the fucking messages. I don't care, but please do it. Show the messages between us because people will see how unhinged your guys' thinking fucking is with those messages that you've sent me even. And playing the fucking fence here like Jilly was, like that I didn't see the messages that she was sending people that were in our chat. So just to point that fucking out here, it's not making sense. But we tried to let it go, right? We tried to let it go. And we had left the Discord because we don't give a fuck what happens in there. We had left the Discord when that happened because we just didn't want it, right? Obviously, we didn't go along with what was trying to be fucking pushed. So we left. So I don't care what's going on in there. The fact is, after that, the hate train started for Blue. It started for Blue because I know, like I said, with messages being sent to people in our fucking chat behind the scenes in their inbox, that they tried to like recruit fucking people with the whole narrative that Blue is dangerous and unsafe and this whole fucking Trumpy shit, that it was just insane. It was just insane. So we moved on from it, okay? So now we fast forward. We definitely fast forward. We start getting trolls in the comments and whatever. Fine, fair enough. Do what you got to do, right? They're trolls to begin with. They're going to troll. Appreciate the effort. We fast forward to the fuck up, okay? And that's what I'll call it, the fuck up with Doug, okay? So I am Doug. This is what happened this has to do with what happened last night, right? I am Doug was in our box. Was it a week ago? I don't even know when this happened. Could have probably a week ago.
Just say 7 days. Just say a week.
Yes, blind Doug.
Approximately a week ago.
In our box. And when he was in our box, we were viewing Dizzy. We were playing trivia. Yes, we were playing trivia and streaming Dizzy, all having fun, okay? So what had happened was during that night, Doug had made a transphobic joke. that had to do with Caitlyn Jenner and being an X-Men. So Doug had made a transphobic joke. No one picked up on it. Nobody could remember. And I honestly couldn't remember because the only thing that I had heard during that night was Bruce. And I thought he was just calling out a random name as Bruce was in the list of the trivia to pick out from that name. So I said,
and just to let you know, the trivia question was about a former Olympian. I just want to give you some additional context.
Something about who had won the most medals or something. And I was screaming Michael Phelps.
And Sez was just screaming Michael Phelps about 17 times.
So,
no.
Yeah, so that's what she was doing. So it lands on us for not hearing the whole thing, what he said. It lands on me for not recognizing what he said on that time or whatnot. But previous to last night, we weren't aware of any of that. I didn't hear the full entire thing. And it wouldn't be something that we would ever stand for. It wouldn't have been something that we would have let slide had anybody heard exactly what he had said that night. So anyways, I think a few days go by. And was it Maverick that reached out to you, Blue, or you reached out to... Yeah, Maverick reached out to you.
Correct.
So Maverick reached out to Blue about it. And because he thought that Blue had laughed. He said he was in the live and thought that Blue had laughed. Blue had no idea what he was talking about, just like any of us. Didn't have any clue that joke was even said. Like, nobody had picked up on it, and that's on us. As hosts, as panel members, yes, we should pick up on it. That is fucking completely on us. But we didn't. So Blue had spoke back and forth to Maverick. I then decided I'm going to message Maverick myself, okay? And so I messaged Maverick myself. And hang on. And I'm even going to show you that it was a heartfelt fucking message because I felt like shit because we fucking love Maverick. He's a great fucking guy. We really appreciate him in here. I miss not having him here, and I'm fucking sad that he's hurt. I'm fucking sad. We're from the same place, and I'm really sad that Maverick is hurt, and that fucking hurts me that he's hurt. So here's what I want to put up. Hang on.
This was in response to after...
I didn't hear that he was talking about Anita. I didn't hear that he said Caitlyn's dead name. All I heard was Bruce. And I thought that he was just making up a Bruce name. And I laughed and said, oh, good old Bruce, because I thought that he was just making fun of the fact that there wasn't a Bruce in the category. I didn't hear which Bruce he was talking about. I would never dead name someone that's transitioned ever in my life. Summer even got up, who me and Summer completely hate each other. Like, and I mean, the most hate you could ever get on an app. And we hate each other. And she got up there and said that she never, ever would say that I was transphobic in any way. In any way. So that's what I want to point out here. But I could have ran and hid last night if I thought I did something that I knew that I did wrong. But I hopped up in there and I took ownership of it and explained where I was coming from. I knew there was going to be a recording of it. I had no idea that I even said Bruce. Britt didn't even remember being up in the box. So I messaged Maverick. Here's what I said to Maverick.
And bear in mind, while she's pulling that up, Maverick reached out to me. I reached out to the girls. In between all of this, I then reached out to Doug and had an hour-plus long conversation with Doug. Doug was very apologetic. He felt horrible. He said, I can either go up on your panel and apologize, I can either call the person that was offended if they're comfortable, or I could reach out to them via direct message. You just let me know what you need me to do to address the situation.
So here's what I said to Maverick. Hey, Mav, I just had a conversation with Blue and them, and Blue let us know about a situation. I got that fair use stick. Oh, I can move it. Okay. Blue let us know about a situation that happened with Doug on the other day. I wanted to reach out because I hate that the comment Doug made offended you and anyone that heard that. That night, we were trolling Dizzy and playing the trivia game, and we were all laughing at the part. We're all laughing at that part. None of us picked up on the joke he had said, so we didn't realize it was a joke about Caitlyn Jenner. In that type of manner, we were all hyped up and laughing in general, and that's our fault for not picking that up, as we are responsible for our live. But unfortunately, we cannot foresee what comes out of other people's mouths. We are reaching out to Doug to let him know that he won't be allowed on the panel anymore, whether or not any, hang on, let me get the other one. Sorry guys, I'm doing it.
So this is T's response just once again to Maverick after having a conversation with me, as well as letting him know that we're going to be touching base with Doug. And while she was putting that together, I was on the phone with Doug. The last thing we want is for anyone to feel uncomfortable, especially your community and the hate they already received just for being yourselves. I'm truly hurt that was said, and I'm disappointed in myself for not realizing right away that was offensive towards you and I keep losing my track, towards you and others. I completely understand that you are upset and you have every right to be, and I hate that you now feel uncomfortable in any way. I also want to apologize for us not picking up on what he said that night and dropping him immediately. I can tell you that we will be paying more attention and more in-depthly from now on.
Hang on. Sorry, T. He was not blocked during the apology. He was not blocked directly after the apology. He was blocked after unfollowing us. So the point is, he unfollowed us, so we chose to block him to keep him. He didn't feel safe around us, so we chose to make sure he was safe. There you go, guys. So make sense.
That was them. I blocked Maverick yesterday morning. It wasn't after this. I blocked Maverick yesterday morning because I was sent messages between him and someone else where I didn't like what he was saying about a few people. That's why I felt uncomfortable with what I was reading and how he was portraying someone. So I personally made that choice, and that's my choice. That is my choice to make, who I block, who I unfollow, who I mute, who I don't interact with. That's my choice. And because I read things from him to another person, I did not agree with the things he was saying in there. And I thought, for my own mental health, for my own self, I'm going to block Maverick because I don't agree with the comments that he is saying to somebody else. And that's on me. And he's still blocked because, like said, he's no longer comfortable in here and doesn't feel unsafe. And I don't think that we should have the lie that he should be in here if that's how he's feeling, because I don't want someone to have to go through that every time he sees us live.
And one other part is he mentioned that during the live he was blocked or muted. And I can assure everybody in here, nobody was blocked or muted during the conversation that Doug was up in the panel. That never happened.
Part. I think this was the last part. Not picking up for him. No, sorry, that's not the last part. I think I already showed that one. But as you can see...
See? Oh, God. Do we need to call the agency?
We're going to have to in a few minutes, but we're going to get through this before it happens.
And just to let you know, people, to give you an idea of the amount of time that we spent, it had to have been approximately 2 hours. I mean, I know for me it was that much because I spent at least an hour on the phone with Doug, and we talked exclusively about this. And then I had the conversations with the girls, and the girls had their own conversations, and then the amount of time and energy that T took to write out.
We didn't take this lightly. At all, we didn't take this lightly because it was wrong. It was wrong and we don't agree with it, and it's not something that we stand for. So Blue even had to reach out to Doug and have that 1 hour long call with Doug and let him know that we could not have him up on the panel and we didn't agree with the joke that he had said, and it wasn't a joke. We understand that. So we did everything that we could. Maverick replied to me and said that he appreciated the apology, that it was okay, and that he was just going to step back and he just didn't feel comfortable in anymore. Fair enough. Fair enough. So it moves on. We do our live. And then I guess Maverick decided that wasn't good enough for him and went, because I blocked him yesterday because of the messages that I seen personally, he went to Jessica. So then last night, we're told to come over into Jessica's live. And like we always do, we went over.
We're in a panel. We're in a panel, mind you.
But we dropped down to go over. We dropped down
We
to
dropped
go
down
over.
to
Okay.
go talk to Jessica.
And so when we went over there, Maverick had said for sure it was Blue that had laughed, okay? So apparently it was Blue that had laughed. So we had a 5-hour live where Doug came up, turned on his camera, and Jessica educated him on like what the trans community is going through, and about dead naming people, about using the proper pronouns. She called him out when he didn't use the proper pronouns, when he began speaking about him knowing Caitlyn Jenner and whatnot. She called him out on that, okay? And it was a live that everybody was getting, nobody was hiding. We were all up there facing the music. Blue got the music for 5 hours of people going at him in the chat, of everybody. It was just crazy. It was just crazy. Jessica was very kind. Jessica was kind, and she did her best to do what she could in that situation, because it was becoming a lot. Okay. It was becoming a lot. So anyways, we're in the middle of the boxes, and all of a sudden I see Summer come in and gift Maverick. So I call it out as I'm saying it. I say, that's rich. Summer gifting someone when Summer's been transphobic herself against Jessica. And that's rich coming from Summer. Summer pops up in the box. So Britt drops right away, and then Says and Blue, followed by me, because we expressed, wait a minute, we are not going to be up in a box with Summer after the horrible shit that she has done. It's unreal. She's put our families in danger. She's been the worst piece of shit that I've ever seen in my life when it comes to the shit that she's done. But here she comes up to save the day because she's looking for her comeback. And now she wants to talk about trans rights when she was making fun of Jessica for being trans herself multiple times. So we drop. We're like, fair enough, we'll drop.
And
Later,
we explained why we dropped as well.
that's what I mean. We dropped because of how dangerous Summer has been to us, because of what we've been through with Summer, and that we would never share boxes with Summer again. It's Jessica's live. Jessica can do what she wants if she wants to have Summer up there, but our decision is that we're no longer going to be up in boxes where Summer is. We're not going to give her the time of day that she's looking for, and certainly not going to sit in boxes with her after we have seen, heard, been there, have the proof of everything that woman has done. We're not going to back it. We're not going to be behind it. We're not going to be seen in boxes with it.
And I did see comments saying if they respected Jessica, Tiff just said, if they respected Jessica, they would have stayed. We're also allowed to have boundaries, okay? We tried this with Summer a few weeks ago. In Jessica's live, we sat in a box with her, and there was no accountability. So there's no point us continuing to have conversations with her.
And Jessica had asked me to stay up there because of the sole fact that Summer was trans. And so there was a significant trans issue on the table with everything going on, and thought it would be important for me to stay. And I told Jessica, I said, it has nothing, whether she's trans, non-trans, bi, straight, yellow, blue, green, it doesn't matter. I don't care for her as a human. I saw what she did to the girls, and I'm not going to be sitting next to her in a panel. That's my boundary. And I have a right and a desire and a need to respect my own boundaries on who I want to be next to.
Mm-hmm. So we left the boxes. So Summer is up there, and then Britt had heard something where they were saying that Britt was straight, and Britt wanted to correct it to say that no, she's actually bisexual. So she wanted to get up there and correct them on that. So she got up there, corrected them, but then Britt and Summer got into it, and I'm very proud of Britt. I think Britt did great, and it was one of my proudest moments ever. She told Summer where to go, and I appreciate when Britt gets pissed off, and I love that about her. And so Summer getting the heat and not being like, oh, everything she's done is okay. She got the heat, and she dropped. She dropped out of the boxes because she's just floating around right now trying to pick up whoever will take her back. And like tonight, she went live, and she did a live on the trans community and stuff, which is great. And I think that she has knowledge in that. But it's just, why would you do what you've done to a woman that's trans, say what you've said, and then hold lives like that? Because now you're going to try to back end off of what Jessica was trying to do last night and try to build a platform off of that. Really strange. She's also been in lives lately in GL and whatever, tagging me like, do you want to go live, bestie? I miss you, blah, blah, blah. She's dying for this. She's dying for whoever she can take in now, so she can be like, yeah, whatever, blah blah blah. I'm back and I'm doing better. No, you'll always be what we fucking know that is just a horrible fucking person. And I don't care what anyone identifies as. If someone's a piece of shit, they're a piece of fucking shit. If you're going as far as she did to put our families in fucking danger, that is crazy shit. That has nothing to do with being trans or anything. That's just you yourself and being a hateful, horrible individual. It is.
And you can all hate me for saying this, but I just want to point out, just because you're a part of a community does not make you an ally. Her claiming
100%.
because she is trans, she can't be transphobic, wrong. There are people in all sorts of communities that still will not be supportive of their community. It doesn't make you an ally being part of a community.
So after that, they play the video, okay? I'll give Dizzy 1 point, and I said it last night, point for Dizzy. She came up, and it was a fuck you T, because I was even blown away that I had fucking commented on what Doug said, but I didn't hear him say the Jenner part. I thought it was just the Bruce thing. I didn't even remember him saying that joke in the first place. Britt didn't remember being up in the box. That's how much we didn't pick up on it until Maverick said something. But our apology and all that and trying and telling him we weren't going to have Doug on the panel no more, everything we tried wasn't good enough. It had to be brought to a platform and there had to be a 5-hour live on it, then another live today that touched on it. But Maverick did get sent a message today that was fucking insane and disgusting.
Before we do that, just so everyone's really clear, when they replayed the video of the fuck up, my box didn't even light
Blue didn't
up.
say a word.
He didn't say a word. He didn't say a word in there. He was not laughing, nothing. But he did go through 5 hours of Blue's the bad guy for it. So after that, Jessica, we're still fine with Jessica. I went into Jessica's live today, and Jessica even said when she was in there that she felt bad about how crazy last night was and how Blue pretty much got shit-hauled for 5 hours over information that wasn't correct, okay? And so this is what I mean. And so it went that deep. So then, find out that Bullies is having a live today, and they had a live in all rights because Maverick got sent a message that it is disgusting. It's horrible. It is not something that we would ever support, and I understand why they did that live, to show that message, to show what Maverick got. Someone messaged Maverick a extremely transphobic message after that. So we seen that, but then
apparently they were trying to say
that it was us.
That it was us.
But this is the narrative, right? This is the narrative. This is the narrative that'll get spun with no actual proof, but just to say because someone messaged that must be us. That is not us. Anyone that knows our character, that have seen us around. In a million fucking years would we ever do something like that.
That person has been blocked.
And the person that sent that message, I should say, has been blocked on all of our ends. We wouldn't have that person in these comments anymore because we know that person comes in our comments. And we wouldn't support that in a million years. So we've blocked that person. But it got pointed to that they thought that we had something to do with that message. And I can swear on my children's life, we had nothing to do with those messages. Nothing. So anyways, they did go off again about last night. And they did continue to talk about last night. And Maverick said he was upset that Blue never apologized. But Blue did apologize. But Blue didn't do anything wrong. But Maverick was upset that Jessica called out the fact that Blue got shit-hauled for 5 hours, and that it took away from what had happened to him. That's what Maverick said today in that live. So it wasn't good enough that there was a 5-hour live, that Doug came up, got on camera, that people were getting educated on what's right and wrong, that everybody owned up to their fuck-ups last night, but he had to continue to say that it doesn't matter that Blue got hauled for 5 hours because once again, they think that Blue's an emotionally dangerous, violent, Trump-supporting piece of shit. So because of all that, Blue still, that wasn't good enough. But they said that took away from the fact about what happened to Maverick. There was a 5-hour live on this. Nothing took away from that fact. Nothing. The joke was inappropriate, uncalled for. Nobody here would stand for any kind of transphobia. And because of that, that's what has spiraled because of all this shit. Jessica did her best to bring Maverick's concerns to a platform, and all of us went in there. We all did our best to deal with it. 5 hours of it. And then today it
Me
still
being
wasn't good
accused.
enough.
I had to be accused over and over and over again. And then I was also insulted for not taking accountability for me laughing, which I refused to do because I didn't do it. And I was told last night whether I did it or I didn't do it, I still needed to apologize to Maverick. And I'm sorry, I don't operate that way. I've spent an extraordinary amount of time and energy getting myself to a place where I'm solid and stable. I still have some definite work to go, but I will not defer and will not apologize for something I did not do. It's not going to happen.
And on top of that, we couldn't go into the Bullies live to defend ourselves because we're blocked from that live. But Summer was allowed to be in that live. They interacted with Summer like she's okay even after everything she's done. But once again now, she got a pass to go in that live and they interacted with her, but we all couldn't because we're all blocked from that live to even go in and stand up for ourselves. But she was allowed in those comments. We were fucking watching the whole thing, all the comments. She was allowed to be interacted with in those comments and to have fun with after everything that she's done. So explain how that, for these people that stand up for everything that's right, for that call out everything that singly happens out of anybody's mouth, we're okay with that happening, but had a hate train on all of us. So I don't.
I just want to. Sorry, I just want to say, guys, in the comments, I don't want anyone shitting on Mav. Okay, please don't take away how Mav felt in that moment. He felt like shit. Okay, and the joke was wrong. But hang on, the joke was wrong, right?
Sorry.
So we're not taking away from that. I don't want any of you to shit on Mav. What you choose to do is your choice, but please don't go shit on Mav because that's not what we're wanting here. Okay, I think that Mav is being influenced by other people, but he still has a right to have his feelings. So yeah, just
and Mav was being told about Blue. Mav was being told about Blue before this joke that Doug had said that's inappropriate and should never have been said. Before that happened, people were messaging Mav about Blue when they started the hate train. So this just pushed it to it must have been Blue, and Blue had nothing to do with it. So we still love Mav. Like I said, I'm still hurt that I even had to see messages where I had to block Mav, where I felt like I can't support those kinds of comments. So I had to block Mav, and I'm hurt that that Doug, what Doug thought was funny and the joke that he thought was not a joke and it was hurtful and that people were hurt and that Mav was hurt. I'm fucking hurt about that because I do appreciate Mav. But what I don't appreciate is hate trains for no reason, and that education can be done here, and that you can educate people when they screw up. You can give people another chance when you educate them to see if you're going to do better or not. But to continue this today, I don't understand it. And I think it's honestly just hateful. And for all of those people to have Summer in there, but we couldn't. And sorry, Blue wasn't blocked. Blue did go in there for a few minutes, but we were all blocked. For all of those people to allow Summer in those comments is just so insane to me. How you can stand up for what's right, but now there's a blind eye to what Summer did, and that's okay. And to have Dizzy in there, like, are we joking right now? But yet you guys are these right fighters, but that's okay, right? It's okay to have those people in there, but not the people that you're talking about. But it's okay to have those people in there. That's fine. Let's turn a blind eye to that, because the real hate train needs to be about how bad Teapot is, how transphobic everybody is. Insane.
It's pretty heavy labels, right? It's not like Blue's annoying, he's boring as fuck. I mean, they're saying things like, I'm embodying or I'm empowering people to come in here and drive a right-wing rhetoric. I'm allowing for phobias and I'm racism, and how I have zero empathy. and I have zero involvement in helping other people. The fact is, they don't know jack shit about me, right? Just like I don't know jack shit about them. But the fact of the matter is, like, you guys have spent hours and hours and hours with all of us. You guys should understand at this point, like, where do I operate in that field? Like, where can you point out examples that have done A, B, and C, or D, E, and F, right? And like, I don't want that responsibility. Like, I don't want a place that's developing any sort of stance or ideology or rhetoric. Like, I want to be up here and shoot the shit, have fun, poke fun at Graceland and all the other jackasses over there. That's what I want.
And let
And
me
I'm
tell
just
you
gonna
guys now, if you're getting blocked, it's because I want to block you. And I just want to point that out. If you're getting blocked in here now, I just want you to say, and this is old T, go fuck yourself. You're getting blocked because I want to block you, okay? So stop living in your glass houses, throwing stones, coming in here and being like, blah, 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 blah. No. Okay? I don't care anymore. What happened yesterday and today and all this and this continuous bullshit needs to fucking stop. You're shitting on the wrong fucking people. We're in here to talk about Graceland, Nick Harris, and Summer being a piece of shit sometimes. And that's it. Nobody in here has hurt people. Nobody in here went for people. But if I want to block you, I'm going to block you. And oh, well, go cry.
And we have
about
every
it.
right. It's our live. Just like if you guys go live, yeah, we were blocked. Okay, fine. We don't get to come in. That's your choice. It's your live. That's the fucking joy of this shit, right? You get to choose who's in your lives.
And if I may, listen, I don't tell people what to do. You heard a lot of information tonight, and candidly, I didn't know that story in the beginning was going to be shared, but it provided context, and I think context is important. And T, thank you for doing what you did and why you did it. I do appreciate it. I'm
sorry, and I'm sorry for the runoff. I'm heated.
Okay.
I was trying to blossom, but it's been a fucking lot of
It's been
shit.
a lot.
For a
This has
lot
been
of
a few weeks
And we-
of shit.
We had to
going
ride
on.
hard for Blue, and I mean days. I mean
Days they did.
waking up to a message saying, did you guys do it yet? As in, did we kick Blue yet? Like, that's the shit. Like, a time limit here. A fucking time limit. Wilted even said in those messages that, did you guys, Blue has until the end of tonight to message me or nothing. Like, giving a time limit for us to tell Blue, listen, Wilted said that you have until the end of tonight to message her, even though none of these people reached out to Blue when they had a problem. Instead, they went to us to be the middleman to take care of their problem, didn't reach out to him until we said, why don't you guys reach out to Blue as well? But went through us to get rid of Blue because they said so. Because Kay said so. Nick is really a Rex said so. And then everybody else had to follow, or she's throwing her fucking toys out the window. And that's how I honestly feel. I'm sick of playing nice. We didn't bring it up. We left it alone. And then you guys want to have fucking hate trains. Get a life, grow up, and if you're such right fighters, go find real fucking problems to fight.
And
Like,
with all
fucking
that
right
being
fighters
said,
that sit around fucking... Are you kidding me? You can be right fighters, but we sit around and fucking make fun of Nick Harris all fucking day. But let's fucking really fight anyone that says something wrong. But God forbid we ever talk about comments that you said about Nick Harris. But that's okay, right? But because you guys think that something was said that's wrong, or you guys don't like someone because you think they voted for somebody, then it's let's start fucking hate trains. Get a grip of your fucking self.
Also, get down off your moral high horse. You sit there and for years have made fun of a crackhead. So there you go. Jump off your moral high horse. You ain't fucking better than anyone.
now, with all that being said, I understand you guys got a lot of information and you heard of a lot of people's involvements from start to finish. My suggestion to you is, like, there's really no need for you to exert any energy if you feel like you need to do something about it. I want to just take this time just for something that I've come to an understanding is, and listen, I'm older than most of you, and you guys have a shit ton more experience on social media than I do. But what I've been able to discover is this area of the world only has as much power as the energy in which you give it. And so even though some horrific, horrible, and nasty things were said about me and my character was assassinated, and some really just straight up shitty comments were made, like, I have to evaluate and look in to see like who said it and like where's their value in my life. I'm not by any means saying these people are devalued or valueless. I have to consider where is the value for them in my life. And the answer is minimal. If anything, zero actually. And the only one of those involved was Wilt, and I've already expressed how I felt. I mean, it sucked to have somebody like you have a very casual internet relationship with, if you can even call it that, to want to see you removed, to want to say things like you're emotionally violent, to say things like you're hurtful or scary to be around women. But at the same time, I'm not going to react publicly or poorly, and I'm not going to go and troll, and I'm not going to react in a negative way. And sometimes I know people catch feelings and they think they're doing the right thing, but this is just a fucking imaginary world, guys. And if you don't like where you are in this imaginary world, the most beautiful thing about it is your mode of transportation is a flick of a finger, and you can be transported into a whole different group of people talking about a whole different topic. So I would advise, or recommend, like, don't get so involved. I mean, especially with me, like, don't get involved with me. Like, if you don't like me and I've been talking about dogs for 9 hours and you're tired of it, swipe out, right? Or if I'm prattling on about some topic, just swipe out and come back later. It'll be better for your overall emotional well-being. And that's just something that I've discovered.
I have no idea what Bullying the Bullies plan on doing. They've already been live tonight. They might go live again. Who knows?
And I really hope, my hope is it doesn't come into a place where it's pitting people up against them, because I'm telling you right now, I'm not talking anymore about it. Me personally, I'm not talking anymore about I know where I stand as a human being and as a man, and I'm okay with where I'm at. I've got some more work to do, obviously, but I'm okay where I am morally. But I'm not going to be giving it any more energy. I just can't afford to. It's tiresome, it's stressful, and be quite clear, it's pretty pointless when I get down to it. Like, my friendships are with Cez, my friendships are with T, my friendships are with Britt, and then I've got some really great relationships with people that are in our room today. And that's what my focus is. All this other stuff, it's painted because people need attention. It's painted because people want to feel like they're heard. It's painted because people want to feel like they're being seen and they're listened to and they matter, which is a typical human necessary response. I get it, but they're not getting it from me.
Yeah, look, all I'll say to touch on what Blue just said, please don't go after anyone on behalf of us. What you guys do is your business, but we don't need anyone running around there fighting for us. We'll fight for ourselves.
I mean, the energy, listen, if I may make a recommendation, it's something I've begun to work on, is putting more energy into in real life relationships. I mean, this has been a really important part of my life, especially at the time and where I was when I first got involved in TikTok. But it also has the potentiality to be quite damaging. It has a really effective way of draining and stripping out positive energy. And I've allowed it to do that, but I'm putting a stop to it. And there's a whole great, beautiful, real world out there that if you find yourself time and time again involved in negative conflict or battles, or just overall shenanigans and malarkey, it may be time just to realize you do have a tremendous amount of power. You can leave it at any time and no one will care.
Yeah, Mago, I already got some, but if you want to send me, you're more than welcome to send me anything. Because like I said,
but you also don't have to. Right?
They've been reached out, that people have been reached out by these people to start fake hate trains, to spin their narrative and to convince people that places are unsafe because they deem it unsafe and that they didn't get their own way.
Guys, if you don't feel safe in here or you don't like us and you choose to unfollow, that is fine. We're not going to come for you. But if you choose to make up your own minds is all I ask. I say this to you guys all the time. Just like I say, just because we say something, you don't have to go along with it. use your own minds, make up your own decisions in life. Don't just blindly follow people.
Absolutely. Don't. And I'm going to ride for the people that have had my fucking back like I would anybody else. And that's why I said I'm not getting rid of Blue, because I don't feel like Blue is on safe. I don't feel like Blue is on safe at all. And I'll stand by that to this fucking day until I see something else wise. I'll stand by that. I'm not going to get rid of Blue. I'm not going to get rid of the people that I've developed a relationship with me, that have went through all this fucking shit together. I'm not. When we do panels, we all do it together. We all decide together. We all do this together. And it's nobody else's decision what we do. Nobody's. I don't care. You have no ownership over these lives. We don't care what you think. And that's
we do care what you think, but like it's still our life, right, guys? Do you message any other creators and be like, you can't battle this person, you can't talk to this person? You don't, because it's their life, it's their choice. We love having you guys here. We love your input, but like,
justice for Monica. Monica's on a timeout.
The real Monica Lewinsky.
Sorry, Monica.
I hope you guys also. I hope you guys all realize, like, we do think of this particular room as very, very important to us. As we've discovered tonight, do you see how much time and energy behind the scenes that we put involved so that we could still operate in a capacity and still do panels? We believe in this place, and it took a lot to get to this place. There's a lot of history here in a short amount of period of time, but you know, we want it to stop. Like,
and we know you guys tell us
fun.
all the time that, like, you enjoy coming here because it's fun and it's funny. So that's what we try and bring here, and not too much seriousness, not heavy shit. And some of the stuff we talk about is really fucking heavy, but we try and keep it fun. We try and have a laugh.
And listen, just so you guys understand a little more about me, if you even care, like, I was getting really heavy all the time. Like, and I wasn't allowing myself to have any fun. Exactly, Emily. I just found out about that. I'll talk to you later. But that's the whole thing. It's like, I made it a point to be lighter and have more fun and joke around more. And for me, it was a lot better, you know?
And Blue's not our resident comedian. I want to say that Blue wasn't hired to be our resident comedian. Blue is the resident.
It'd be fun if you were.
Dad, right? It'd be fun if he was. But Blue's the resident dad around here. Okay, that's Blue. We all have I'm the bitch. Blue's the resident dad. Britt's the logical one. Says is the peacemaker. Says is just like, everybody hug at the end of the day. Where's my wine? Stuff like that. Like that says we're all characters. You have to look at TikTok like it's a show you watch and everybody's a character, right? And sometimes on that show, you'll have characters that you despise. You'll have characters that you love. You'll have villains that you love, and you'll have heroes that you hate. It's all it's like a show. And the beauty of it is, when you don't like the episode you're watching, you can scroll into a different one and watch something else. That's the beauty of TikTok and social media. So I'm sure when you watch shows, though, you don't write the creators because someone on the show laughed at something or said something you didn't like. So you need to not take this personally. And at the end of the day, if this is affecting you that much, if your mental health is being affected, that you need to stay up all day and night messaging people to hate somebody because you don't like them, then I suggest you really take a step back, look in the mirror, and see what in your life is so miserable that that's what you need to do to feel better about TikTok. Like, I honestly think that you should do that. And if people want to leave and go and support Summer, because if people want to leave and go and support Summer because they hate us so much that supporting Summer makes them feel better, then I want you to do that. I want you to tune in to that piece of shit show that I would change the channel on any fucking day of the week, and I want you to enjoy it. And when she's racist again, or transphobic again, or you find out that she's messaging your family or putting your family's addresses on Craigslist and your parents' address, or you find out that she's putting pictures of you in her little Discord making fun of your weight, when you find out that she's holding hours of live where her and her little friend Daylin are on there obsessed with you screaming ghetto Zampic, shit like that, when you find out that that's what they're doing, I hope you fucking enjoy it. Because when someone shows you who they are, you fucking believe them.
And Emily, which one is it? Are we too soft or we're not soft at all? Like, which one is it? Because we can't fucking win.
It's just insane to me. If you're going to fight the good fight, fight it all the way. But don't fucking flip-flop on, you know what? We fucking actually don't like Teapot now, so you know who's cool? Summer. Like, no, I don't give a fuck how much you don't like me. But if that's who you're fucking letting in your comments, if that's who you're fucking blocking us out so we can't stick up for ourselves, but Summer and fucking Dizzy are fine people, then I want you to do you, boo.
Well, Dizzy did come through with a win last night.
I'll give her a point. Dizzy,
Right.
You're listening, and I want to tell you, point scored. Point scored, Dizzy da fuck. Point scored for you. Well done with the receipts. I'll give you fucking praise where praise is due. Well done. Good move. Appreciate it. I appreciate the game. I appreciate the game, but you're still a fucking bitch. Fuck you, Dizzy.
I know it was a lot for everybody, and I just want to reiterate, we don't share that kind of stuff because we're not
I can't say that fucking name anyways. I'm gonna
just Jack.
Just Jack Aska. You know what I'm saying? Haul that later too. Just a Kaskakika. Fucking listen, I watched the fucking comments. People were interacting with her. She was fine in there. She was getting along great. Even Monroe was like, oh, what'd she say? Like, you come in here, you always come in here like blah, blah, blah. And they're laughing back and forth. Monroe, who was a right fighter last night, who had really good fucking arguments up there, who's a smart woman, is also interacting and getting along with Summer. Like, what am I fucking missing here? Like, if you stand for something, then stand for it all, but don't fucking lean when, like, explain it to me. No, listen. But
I'm blocking.
Here's the difference.
No, I don't give a fuck. I'm just blocking everyone now. I'm just blocking everyone now. I don't.
Here's what I will say. Kay dictated, as in saying he needs to be demodded. He needs to be off the panel now. And then started a fucking hate train because we didn't do what she said. So there's a difference between that and me saying, if you follow Summer and you agree with Summer, get ready for what she's gonna fucking do over there. Get ready for that. I didn't say don't. I said you're a piece of shit if you follow someone that you know has done that piece of shit type things. That's what I mean.
And what about my emotional help to demodding me?
Blue, I bring that up. About Blue's emotional help, and how good is it? How bad would it be for me to kick Blue out and just be like, we're fucking done with you, when you don't know what he's dealing with in his fucking life or anything? And these people that are supposed to be therapists and in school to be therapists said that the best thing we could do is to leave someone that might be struggling out in the fucking cold and make sure he has nobody. That's the fucking best thing that we could do. Coming from people that are supposed to be therapists or in school to be ones and have like a lot of schooling behind them. That was Wilted's fucking statement. That's the best thing we could do for Blue's mental fucking health, was just to get rid of him. See you later, Blue. Hope you have something else to do because we're fucking done with you. That's what we fucking got. Explain that to me.
I mean, some of you may know, but most of you probably don't. Like, I've had a rough 12 months, and like, there's been negative things with the TikTok, but there's been really great positive things that have been quite helpful, and a lot of them have to do with the relationships that forged on here. So like, yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. That's just a weird thing, but I just hope after tonight, this is what my hope is. Like, I don't want to end up on any more labels at all. And I don't want to have people like sparring back and forth. Like, I don't really give a fuck about Summer. I don't care about what those other women do with their discords. I don't care what Maverick does at all. Right? Like, I want to reiterate, I just want to be up here and here and just having fun and shooting the shit. That's it. And I want to see Patrick with his shirt off at 2:00 in the morning wearing a headband. And
That's
Steve
what I
goggles.
need, because I need to go back to blossoming after this, and I really am having a hard time imagining blossoming tea back at this point. And I even was coming on here and I'm like, I'm definitely going to keep blossoming, right? I'm trying my best, and I'll blink twice if the blossoming is feeling like it's not blossoming, but I forgot to blink. And then this took over me because I just had a fucking enough at this point, right? If you want to call it out, I'm going to react. And I did the best thing I could by not reacting, by us not speaking about it on here, by us not doing anything at all. I did the best I could by just not saying anything. We all made the agreement. You know what? They can do what they want. It's fine. If you don't like Blue, it's fine. You don't like me, fine, great. We can all go our separate ways. But I even made sure to tell them I still respect those women because they're intelligent. And I respect Nick is really a wreck for the video she posts, for all of her knowledge about Nick. I still do right now. I still fucking do. But I don't respect how she went about things, and I don't respect how things have gone on with the messaging people in our chat and shit. I don't agree with that. And I don't agree with Wilted telling me about Blue, like she knows him better than anybody and how dangerous of a fucking man he is. I don't agree with that. I just don't, and I still won't. And I don't see it, and I'm not gonna see it until he fucking does something that's actually dangerous to women or unsafe, like she said he was.
And I'll back T up there. And I hope I'm not talking out of turn. I'm not going to speak for Britt because she's not here. But both Suz and T, like that whole interaction, like fucked them up because they had a tremendous amount of respect for those women. They had a tremendous respect for what they created on the internet with the YouTube channels and everything else. They had a tremendous amount of respect for their intelligence and their ways of communicating and articulating situations. So it was a shitty situation, obviously for me, but for also the girls as well to have that happen to them. You know, and it's just something like I think that it's just something I think like there was a lot more to it than just I'm emotionally violent. Like there was like relationships that got like blistered away, and it just sucked for everybody. You know, and it hasn't been fun.
Shocked. And I was shocked over it because, from my understanding, I thought that Wilted was over. Wilted, just in general, she would get up here and do like the animal facts with Blue. They would talk. Like Blue was blown away when we had to come to him to be like, "Hey, here's what's happened." Blah blah blah. We had to go to Blue and tell him that, and so that was hard to fucking tell someone, "Hey, people think you're a real piece of fucking shit and that you're dangerous."
Man, I really enjoyed her personality. Like, I think, you know, but it just sucks, you know. That's kind of like one of the weak spots about this place is because that kind of shit. I mean, does it happen in real life? Yeah, but it doesn't really happen to me in real life. But it happens here, and it's like it still does kind of it tweaks me. I'll just say, like on an emotional level. Because you're up here shooting the shit, laughing, like joking around, like talking about things in DMs or sharing animal videos and going through Animal O'Clock or Animal Facts for hours and hours and just laughing. And, you know, I was really like digging her intelligence and the way she looked at stuff. And it sucked. That's a long way to go.
Can I ask a question, Blue?
It sucked. Yeah.
You said like you and Will like DM'd, right? At any point, did she express any of the things that were expressed to us? Did she ever?
There wasn't anything. No.
So she was in contact with you and she could have expressed to you, because as adults, if you have an issue with someone, why not go to them? Wilted was in contact with Blue.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why was that never raised?
I'm not going to speak for her. I mean, do I wish we could unring the bell and go back and do things differently? I do. But unfortunately, if you can extrapolate a position of somebody that's emotionally violent out of the ether and say that's a real fact, then there's not a lot of conversation that we can have as much as you'd like to. Because
And it was-
how can I don't want to, I'm not emotionally violent. That's just not, I don't know where you would get that from.
And it was hard to know that we lost some people that we thought supported us over somebody's hate for blue that was just out there. And that we had to lose people because of that. That fucking sucks. That really sucks because these are fucking really intelligent fucking women. And it really
hilarious.
fucking sucks. Never in a
And
million
hilarious.
years, and never in a million years would I ever think that I would ever say anything about Nick is really a wreck or Kay. But I don't agree with how things went down when we were in there and how things went down with the conversations after. Like with Wilted and me and in that conversation, I just don't agree with anything. I would never demand people to do something. I would never demand them to demod someone or depanel them and then take one small thing because they asked why somebody was muted in the comments and to spin that into this crazy hateful narrative and add on a whole bunch of shit of not only must he be a Trump lover, but he's dangerous, emotionally violent, mentally unwell. Just, it is nuts to me how you can spin that into all of this because of your dislike for somebody, or even if you thought he voted for Trump. There is no need to hate somebody at all over anything like that unless they're up here screaming narratives or screaming hateful shit, or, you know, really just someone that you're like, wow, I can't believe they would do that or say they've done that, but nothing. It came out of left field.
And I've probably been through more presidents than most of the people in this room. And I can say this with certainty. Regardless of who was the president, whether it was Republican or Democrat, or if it was Bill Clinton or Joe Biden, my life really wasn't impacted greatly by them. And that's just me, right? I'm not saying they don't have an impact, but my experience for my own personal self is my life doesn't really change that much regardless of who's in the highest office in the US.
Yeah, Mego, and we've seen you around and stuff, and we said, we appreciate everybody in our chat. We appreciate everybody that's in here, and whether or not you like one of us or none of us, and you just like to listen, or you're just in here to troll, we have never been like crazy in here calling out people or calling out drama behind the scenes or anything. So but it's to a point where it's like, okay, the man got hauled for 5 hours last night. He got hauled for 5 hours. Like that to me is a good hauling in front of a live of 200 and whatever people. So you got your little day you were waiting for. Great. Okay, but that's it. That's it. And when I asked for proof of all the harmful things Blue's done and the unsafe things he's done to women, there was no proof provided.
Oh, Blue?
Blue's left us now. He's like, thanks for sticking up to me. I'll be doing my own thing.
Fuck. Just
Fucking Blue.
fuck.
And somebody was asking if, Lotus, about your comment earlier, I did agree with that. And that makes me fearful for having a son as well, because
Just a ripper,
people like that can spin things.
I'm not doing well. I'm choking.
Did you just do a ripper?
What?
A ripper, a bee ripper. The devil's lettuce.
No, I don't
Oh,
do that.
I don't know. Cheers, Faria. I love our chat, and I mean, listen, I probably shouldn't be saying all these nice things, but I'm going to. Like, when they were in the chat, like, it was great. Like, I loved it. Like, it was such a cool organism of just wit and intelligence, and I miss that. I do miss that.
And I should say too, I didn't watch Summer's live today. We seen it on for a couple minutes. We seen the first couple minutes, and that was already enough for us.
SOS,
And-
guys. SOS.
We were already dealing with all this shit, so I don't even know what she had gone on and on about on her live. I have no idea.
No, I turned it off. I watched a couple of minutes and then I turned it off.
Yeah, and Mego, I still trust me, we could have not come live, right? We could have not come live and been like, no, we're not going to do it. We're not going to address anything. But everything needed to be addressed at this point because it's just bullshit. It's just, well, oh, that we're liar. Oh, yeah. Sabrina, I could totally see her doing the we're liars part.
Hey, listen, I mean, and when you get down to it, I mean, these are some pretty significant things that you're saying about another person. It's not that, oh, he's a boring asshole. You're saying that I'm racist, transphobic, devoid of empathy, and I'm allowing for right-wing rhetoric to run rampant inside of the TikTok. Like, it's not small shit. I mean, that's character stuff. And they'll say, well, why do you care, Blue? Right? Like, why do you care? Like, it's not all about you. And listen, I get other people are involved, but this is about me, though. It's coming directly at me. And granted, any sort of weight I give it, it's my responsibility. Yeah, and that's with anything in life. What do they say? Like all the attachment is the source of all suffering. And so, however much impact I'm allowing for it to happen, it's still happening. And my way of going through this is like, do I know a lot of those people? Absolutely not. But I know some of them just from being on here. But regardless, it doesn't feel good when people say things like you're horrible against women, even though you know you're not. Or, hey, you laughed at something that was transphobic, even though when you knew that you didn't. It still doesn't feel very good when you have that coming at you.
Guys, I am going through I am going through the list. If you get blocked, oh well.
Yeah, you have to send your buttholes to get unblocked.
Butthole pictures.
Yep.
So, why are you coughing so much? Are you all right? Yeah.
Oh no, I took a sip of water and
Wrong tube.
went down the wrong way. It's, I don't know. It's probably my karma for being a fucking terrible person. I don't know.
Do you believe in karma?
Yeah.
Okay. Bobby.
Bobby, you're fine.
No, I'm not. I'm just blocking like 00 accounts or people that I know are involved with that whole situation.
I mean, and you also, I mean, this is with everybody, right? Myself included, is you got to look at what's the motive behind doing it and why are you doing it? Like, you know, like why are we expending so much energy? And I had somebody ask me, because I mentioned this, I think it was last night. They're like, Blue, well, you say it's all fake and it's, illusionary and this isn't real and you shouldn't waste your energy and time. So why do you do it with Graceland? I do it with Graceland because there's P3 involved. And I do it because there's real world things that are happening to actual humans. That's why I do it. But as far as like personally attacking other people on here and going after them and driving them into the ground, that's not really my cup of tea. It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
I also, I got a challenge. I'm going to put out a challenge. All these people that have so many judgments, you all go live daily with shit all going on and don't make a mistake. Don't slip up. Make sure everything you do is perfect. I challenge you. I'm not saying that going live is hard.
Yeah, I know.
And we choose to do this. But sometimes you don't hear things. Sometimes you don't catch on. Sometimes you don't realize that a comment that was made was bad until someone points it out to you. It's an opportunity to learn.
And bear in mind, I mean, we go on for multiple hours at a time, right? And we're navigating a lot of different things. If I tape recorded you and listened to you, and when I say you, anybody, for 50 hours on a platform like this, I 100% guarantee I can extract something that can make you look like you did an asshole move. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. It's just, it's beyond me. It's beyond me when there's so many other things you could be actually fucking doing to people that are really hateful.
And I also want to make a point.
That are transphobic.
I don't know if I made this point earlier. I've never claimed to be an activist. T's never claimed to be an activist. Blue's never claimed to be an activist. So I did hear a comment earlier saying we weren't very good activists. Never claimed to be. Never fucking got up here and said I'm an activist. I'm trying to be a good person, but I'm not an activist.
I'm definitely not an activist at all. Like, there's certain
respect
groups
to
I'm
you if you are.
affiliated with.
Like, respect to people that are, but we've never claimed that. We've never claimed to be perfect people.
Oh yeah, you'll always have spectators. You'll always will. And even people in last night, people that are usually over here, and then all of a sudden we see them over in the comments over there. And when the Blue stuff started, it was like they wanted blood in the comments for Blue because he might have laughed at something he didn't fucking even hear that we weren't even aware of, but we tackled it as best we fucking could. Like, there didn't need to be a 5-hour fucking live. We messaged Doug, told him he wasn't going to be on the panel. I messaged heartfelt messages to Maverick about how fucking bad I felt that he was hurt. Because his feelings need to be fucking acknowledged. And he's hurt. And he's a part of the trans community. And it's horrific what's going on towards them right now. It is disgusting. But there's not much more we could do. Like, we've done everything we can do. I don't know what, after a 5-hour live, that you would also have another live where you're still addressing it, and then upset that Jessica said today that it wasn't
a serious topic. Like, I went into that live after Jessica, and as soon as I sat down in that box, on the panel, the big panel, was a text message between Maverick and Jessica. That's what I walked into.
Oh,
with
and I need to
200
address,
other people.
I need to address something, okay, as well. They're saying that there was I don't know if they mean an account or Maverick or whatever. Someone had come in our comments. They said we got blocked out, or someone got blocked out for trying to bring it up in our comments the other day. If that happened, it was blocked out because we didn't think that Maverick wanted it aired out everywhere. So we weren't going to start a live and start talking about something that Maverick was already dealing with. And we didn't want to make a live about it without even asking him, did he want it spoke about in the first place? So if we muted comments or they got blocked out, it was to prevent having a conversation that what if Maverick didn't want this out there? What if he didn't want to be talked about and he wasn't here? He was no longer comfortable coming in the lives. So what if we had a live about it without him being in here? It doesn't make any sense. So we're going to mute comments like that when we haven't spoken about it. And when someone's affected by it and they're not even aware that we're talking about it on live, we're not going to have that conversation without them being aware of it.
I mean, and the other thing is too, like,
are you serious, Hurley? I mean, he can do whatever he wants, obviously, but that
Are you? No.
I mean, it's not even a pat on the back, but there should be a little bit of recognition, in my opinion. Like, I want you guys to understand, like, how fast we moved on this. I got the DM, and I immediately talked to the girls. And within 35 minutes tops, I was on the phone with Doug, sussing it out. Like,
he seriously apologized to Summer?
Who did?
Maverick was in Summer's live and apologized to Summer.
What did he do
look,
wrong?
Guys, leave it alone. Mav can do what he wants. Honestly.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mav can do whatever he wants.
I've got nothing to say on that.
You know, like, I don't listen. Who you have business. What your beliefs are is your business. Your political affiliation is your business. Your sexuality is your business. And you're welcome to talk about it, but, like, I'm not here to, like, get in the way of it.
Oh, was he? Did he apologize, or was he saying that? Yeah.
Okay.
Right on that.
And I can see why they're part of the same community, so I understand the connection there. But I'll remind you, not everyone is part of a community is an ally, and I don't believe that Summer is an ally, not from her actions.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's not really sucking up to Summer, apologizing. That's No, I get that.
And that's a great example how something could have gotten twisted, right? Yeah. Like, this is a great example. Hey, I was in T's live and someone put in chat, Maverick, you went into Summer and you apologized to her. You apologized to her in that live. It's just something just to be aware. Like, this shit's wonky in this place, man.
Oh no, it's okay. But you see how easily things can get like, yeah, lost in translation type thing, like really, right? And then all of a sudden
And we're
it's
on
gonna
edge
be
at the
like,
moment.
wow.
We're obviously like on edge and like pumped up at the moment a bit.
Yeah, it's
Well-
a shit story. It's been a shit couple weeks, and I've never blocked so many fucking people in my life, I don't think. It's been a shit. Look at this. I can't tell you when I block them, then another fucking 00 account.
Zero account, yeah.
after. But I'm at the door, just so you guys know, at the door on a checking IDs.
And listen, because tonight seems to be the night to talk about it. Like, why? Why does anybody give a rat's ass what we're talking about? For real. Like, what is the primary purpose behind doing it? Like, in my opinion, you have somebody over at Graceland that put their hands around another human being. That was a girl. And put your energy over there, or find some other organization that's doing shitty things, or find a particular person that's grandstanding with hate and just ice in their veins and are trying to actually hurt other people. But like, we're three like fucking dude, my name is Blue Oranges. Like, I'm not the enemy here. Like, T is not the enemy and Says is not the enemy. And like, to just try to come in so you can gather information and then bring that back to your little tribe and have some recognition and maybe a little pat on the old back for feeling like you're important. Like, it's not real, man. Like, this shit is not real.
I want to point out something. Something that was raised was, well, he's behind a fake account. All of you people are behind fake accounts. I understand that we brought something to the app a few weeks ago, and that was something we should have never brought to the app. It was frustration that was going on. And that's been sorted between the four of us, because that was an issue between the four of us. That's now been sorted. So acknowledge that we shouldn't have brought it to the platform, but it happened. But all you people sitting there saying, well, Blue's on a fake account. You're all on fake accounts.
That's what I don't get. You guys are all trolls saying you don't even know who Blue is. We don't know who anybody is. Everybody here could be in a fucking basement, knitting sweaters, living off their grandma at this point, pretending that they're fucking scientists. Like, we don't know. It's the fucking internet. We're all pretty much AIs or random pictures. And so who are you to be like, oh, fake accounts. We're all on fucking accounts. You don't know who anybody is. It's the internet. If people tell you the sky's blue, go check. Like, go check. Honestly.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
And in all seriousness, like, I'm not important enough for you to waste your time with, man. Like, I am not the person that you want to be expending your energy
I
on.
know, Scar. Scar's my CIA buddy.
I believe it. Harley probably is Jeff from Maine, for all we fucking know.
Yeah, like,
that would be
we
awesome.
don't know who any of you guys are. And yes, you guys do know who we are because we've put our cameras on. But Blue doesn't have to. We chose to do that. No one forced us to do that. We chose to do that. And it wasn't because Summer made us do it. We chose to do it. But plenty of people on TikTok don't use their real name, don't use their real picture, and they wander around on accounts. They're allowed to do that.
Harley, I meant you could have been using a voice changer just on here while Jeff's in protective custody.
And because somebody chooses, their boundary is they don't want to show their face and give their real name out on the internet, it doesn't invalidate what they're saying all the time. Like, that's a really poor way of logically reasoning through that. Well, because A, B, and C won't show his or her face, what they're saying is they're hiding. And it's trying to invalidate the actual information that's going out there. Because some people don't like the information I provide.
Amber. That's okay. I was like, what?
Oh boy, I hope they go to
Yeah, apparently
10
we've
toes
got
down.
Monica Lewinsky's in here. Shit.
Who's got 10 toes down?
You know what? The real Monica Lewinsky probably is a big fan of us. I'm just going to put it out there.
The real,
Probably in here.
Bill's ex could be
Lou
in there.
Mary Lou. That's the real Monica Lewinsky. They just joined. Lou Mary Lou is the real Monica Lewinsky. Got it. Lou Mary Lou is now going to be like, what the fuck? I just scrolled in here. What is my name being said for?
Does anybody actually know what the real Monica Lewinsky is doing at this stage in her life now?
She's in this room.
When she's not in this room, does anybody know what the real
Monica Lewinsky did an interview on the Today Show last week.
Oh, well, imagine that.
Butterfly, I was getting Megan Fox vibes from you the whole time. I'm not gonna lie, so I agree.
Is she still married to the Gun Kelly?
No.
She's a neurotherapist, huh? Good for her.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I'd just
can you
like to say
imagine-
I have definitely got my 10K steps today.
Says has
How
been
many-
pacing today.
I've been walking around my kitchen bench for the last few hours.
Good for her. PhD. I can't imagine going through that at that age. How old was she? 20? 21?
God, she was in her 20s when all that, for sure, when all that happened.
Really?
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, Monica
She
was.
was a baby. I didn't realize she was that young.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jessica Chastain? Okay. All right. We got all the celebs up in here.
Welcome.
Your anonymity will be respected here.
Respected.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
there's actual celebrities that have just regular old accounts, and it's their way of navigating through the world without being bothered.
Pat's in here fucking nightly. Pat's in here with his shirt off, hiding from his wife in a corner on his phone. Like they'd be talking shit. You want Pat back? I'm gonna do it, guys. I'm gonna do it. You wait.
Yeah, Pat, can you just give us something else to talk about, please?
Please,
Please.
Patrick, I'll owe
Can
you
we
one.
go back
Patrick, if you
to the good old days?
Patrick, I'll make you a deal. If you go live right now, I promise you I won't say anything disparaging about you or your organization for 24 hours. I promise. I'll even send you a gift.
Yes, I seen that Nick was posting actually. Hang on, I think I have one of them saved. Oh,
It's a good question. It's us.
Nick has been posting. All right, let's go back to our why we do this.
This is our motivation. So I would question who we are as human beings. Exhibit A.
Again, exactly. Please don't put us on a moral pedestal. We talk shit about a man.
Did he post his CA transactions? Oh, okay, because I seen this one. Hang on, how do I get a better picture?
Wait, Cash App. Sorry.
Oh, babe.
I have a vial of MGK's blood. Should I auction it? Yes, Butterfly. Do what you got to do.
Wait, is that true, Butterfly? And if so, did you take it? I need more information. You just can't drop this little gem. You know me, my interest has been piqued.
So staying single so I can heal. My last 3-year lessons didn't play fair. #grow. Total.
So is he
trans-
shitting on Mariah? Is that?
Yeah, that's what I'm picking up.
I wonder if it had anything to do with his postings on the tweet.
Those postings were, I was like, wait a minute. Huh?
Nimbus, I remember that. Like, I don't know. I don't have any amount of, level of intelligence as you guys do. You guys? What the hell am I talking? You guys do.
You said that
With
after
Nick?
saying I don't have any level of intelligence. You
Sorry, dude. It's been a long 24 hours. I'm fried. But I remember seeing those Cash App posts and his allocation of money. He was like super duper manic at that time. I know exactly what you're speaking of.
I thought there was other posts as well. Hang on.
Yeah, let's not talk
Please
about
hold.
these guys. It's embarrassing. Use
Well, let's
guys.
hold a 5-hour live talking about how Blue just said use guys and let's have an English lesson. I can't be the one to teach you English. I wasn't great. I'm not great at it myself.
He refuses to acknowledge his privilege of higher education and is pretending to be on the same level as those that are less fortunate and can't afford to go to a good university. He's a fraud.
Yeah,
That's
you
how
are.
that shit gets. That's how that shit gets spun.
Was another one.
T.
We're all a little fried. Please apologize. I can't speak.
No,
Please accept our apologies. It's been a lot. Like if you look at just the time, like being in a box for 5 hours under less than ideal conditions, it can be pretty draining.
Yeah, and we were live before that. We'd been live for a few hours before that even happened, too.
He did make another.
When we fall apart, it's
Twitter
us.
post.
Like it's us is here for like when the wheels come off. Rightfully so. I don't blame you. I'd be doing the same thing. But it only really kicks in when it's like Quelly o'clock. Like that's when you know you've hit like a milestone, because when T's quells kick in, anything is possible at all. It's like, you know, that book, The Secret, where anything is possible through manifestation. When her quellies kick in is the ultimate chance that the wheels are going to come far off.
You know what? If Pat doesn't come back soon, like if they don't start doing some shit, I'm going to have to pivot and just start reading Let Them Theory book online.
Well, why don't you start drinking quellies? Start taking T can be quelled up.
People are lucky that I have the Quillies, because let me tell you, T wouldn't know how to spell blossom without those Quillies, okay? T needs those Quillies. Yeah, I can read it, Mago. It says, my ex sees everything. I can't be wild like I want to be, and then I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, so I'm just going to chill. I know what I'm capable of. If I want something, I can have it. If I want to do things professionally, just know I very well could. But for now, I'm going to just chill and not think about it. I'll focus on my recovery.
Now, those are in response.
Oh, I'll show you the other one. Yeah.